What up, family? Bro talk time. All right, so I'm gonna make this bro talk about the controversial topic. It's not controversial at all. Does working out get you more girls? So there's a line to this because there's a point in time where working out goes from getting you way more girls to getting you much less girls, and there's a very solid reason for that. Just listen to this whole video if you're curious about it. If it's one of the big reasons that you want to work out, great, whatever. Everyone has their own motivations for doing things. At some point, you may change your mind about that. And like most people, I mean, I don't work out for girls. I work out to be jacked because honestly, I've never had an issue getting girls. Getting girls is much more of a social game. And as long as you're in good shape, which I literally can just like lay around in bed and have a six pack, it's like I just get really skinny. So basically, what I'm saying is that yes, working out gets you more girls. There's two reasons for this. One, girls don't like unmotivated guys that aren't willing to take care of themselves. No one likes people like that. And the only people that like people like that, you don't want to spend time around them. They're the worst. Second of all, obviously, girls, especially gym girls, girls who go to the gym, like guys who go to the gym specifically, right? So, like, it's going to be very rare in life that you meet a girl that doesn't like guys that go to the gym. You know what I mean? But you are going to meet girls in life that don't like guys that don't go to the gym. You know what I mean? So it's like you're instantly making yourself more palatable to that whole side of the world, right? All the gym girls. And let's be honest, there's a line to that too, but like the girls that go to the gym are just some of the finest girls, right? I mean, at least in my opinion, like they got the cake, right? So you want the girls with the cake, you're probably gonna have to get some cake too. But like I was saying, there is a line to that, and I've experienced that line, so that's why I can speak on this. So basically, there's a point when you go from not going to the gym at all and being in decent shape, and you're still getting girls, right? And then you start getting in shape, and then all those girls you weren't getting start hitting you up, and all of a sudden they're interested in you now too. So you're getting all of those girls, and you're like in the gym, and you're loving it, and you're like dedicated, and you're rocking it out. And then you get to this point where maybe you burn all the bridges with those girls or something, or whatever happens, happens, right? And you're super into the gym now. You're not just like normal into the gym anymore. Like you quit drinking and you eat like only specific meal plans, and like your whole life is like planned out, and you get your 8 hours of sleep and like everything, all that discipline, right? Discipline, which is good. But during this phase, your motivation to go out and be social outside of the gym and outside of what you're doing becomes pretty minimal because like, hey, you're putting 3 hours into the gym, you're putting like 2 hours a day in eating, you're working. That's already boom, 14 hours of your day gone pretty much, right? Like, and then you got to get 8 hours of sleep, so you only have 2 hours. That gives you 2 hours to do everything else. So when I would be on this phase and I was single, I would like literally leave the gym with a spare change of clothes, change clothes on the way to the bar, and it would be like karaoke night or something. And I'd go pick up food on the way to the bar, eat food at the bar because it was my friend's bar, and just like kick it with girls. You know, and that's how I would meet like random girls at the bar, and that's how I'd get like my social bar experience because every once in a while I just kind of need that, right? But still, you're still the fucking guy sitting at the bar eating food. But then when they ask you why, you're like, I'm on a bulk. I'm getting huge. If they care to know anything about it, then tell them. But like I'm saying, there's a point where it goes from being like a hobby to being like a lifestyle, and that lifestyle can conflict with other things in your life. And like the reason I'm talking about this right now is because that's currently the situation I'm in. I'm not drinking. I really only drank for about 4 months consecutively of the last like 2 years. Honestly, it's just not something I super enjoy the feeling of anymore, and I lose so much gains from it. It's just not even like worth it. I know that you guys can't probably tell in this sweatshirt, but like I got some Alex Eubank going on into this shit, so I'm not throwing that away over a couple of drinks, you know. And then like I don't know, it does become a thing where like my next girlfriend, I really hope that she's as dedicated to the gym as I am, because I cannot imagine myself dating someone that like constantly wants to drink, or like, you know, like a normal human being works all week and then on their weekend they want to drink. They want to party. They want to do something to release, right? And my person needs to be able to just like go on a walk or a hike or some shit. You know what I mean? Maybe like smoke some weed. That's chill with me too. But like drinking's so damaging to everything that I do and everything I work so hard for. I hope I meet someone that's kind of on the same level with that. And it's going to be hard to, because like scientifically speaking, women carry a lot more fat than men do, a lot more water mass, right? Realistically, I literally shed like about a pound, and it might just be because of my genetic dispositions. Like I have celiac disease. I don't know, but like the way that my body interacts with alcohol is just horrible. So um, I used to have this teacher, and he would always say alcohol is one of the worst drugs for you, because it's one of the only drugs that impacts every part of your body, right? So alcohol, I used to work in a lab, so I can also speak on this. Alcohol is one of the strongest solutions, one of the most common solutions that they use in a lab setting. Ethanol, right? So that's what they make all your hard seltzers and stuff with. So basically what alcohol does is we are like 75+% water, right? So what happens when you get a glass of water and you pour a shot of alcohol into it, right? It just disperses throughout your whole body. So my thought process is, and on top of that, to top that off, alcohol dries like so fast, right? Like if I poured some like 99% alcohol on this table and then just let it sit there, it would evaporate within a minute probably, right? Depending on how much I poured. If there was a giant pool of it, it would take longer. But think of it this way. When you have your whole body and your whole body just disperses alcohol into it, your muscles and everything, and then there's this wicking process that happens, the air moving over your body, everything happening. It's just rapidly dehydrating everything, right? It's one of the reasons that alcohol is a key ingredient in killing many insects and stuff like that as well. So keep that in mind. Alcohol is terrible for you. And it's just not one of those things that I myself am ever really going to see myself like just like commonplace drinking alcohol all the time. You know, not like most people drink on an alcoholic level. An alcoholic drinks 14 drinks a week. That's 2 drinks a night. That's not very much. I know people that drink that much at lunch. Like you were technically allowed to drink 2 drinks at lunch for work. At least in California. But point being, it's far less common to be as strict about your diet and everything as I am. And when you run into that situation, you're going to get less girls because of it, because you're not going to meet very many people and you're not going to relate to the people that you do meet, right? Because a lot of people have a really hard time being around people that are like extremely healthy. They look at it as being like I'm super non-judgmental. I don't give a shit. Like I could hang out and they could drink and I could just hang out. I don't care. You know, I'll smoke some weed or hang out. It doesn't ruin my good time. You know what I mean? But when someone's like making a bad life decision and you're over here making a healthy life decision, that makes them think about the fact that they're making a life decision that is poor, and it makes them think about their habits, and it makes them feel like come from like a defensive, guilty kind of side. Like, oh, I didn't drink that much. Oh, I don't drink that much. But like they do. They're alcoholics probably. So yeah, it makes for an interesting dynamic in the relationship. But that said, working out will most definitely get you more girls until you become a fanatic. And I, of course, am. My whole life revolves around working out. Fitness is my passion. But that's not everybody. And I wouldn't even suggest that you go as far as I've gone into this whole thing, because it will most likely mean a damaged body and an early death for me. But I'm okay with that. I don't care. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to die when I die. I don't care anymore. But I love you guys. That's the end of the bro talk, really. Working out gets you more girls until you become a complete, absolute gym rat. And then it gets you less girls. Unless you magically find your dream gym girl. And I'll tell you right now, I haven't found her yet. So, well, I've met some really cool girls at the gym, to be honest, through the gym, through this whole thing. And you will too. You'll meet a lot of really, really, really cool people the further and further and further deeper you go into it. The people that are really dedicated are really cool. And I've met pretty much all my idols in this space, which is pretty epic. But like I said, I love you guys. Happy Saturday. I'm not doing shit. I'm just continuing my bulk and hanging out at home alone. So, peace. Have a good night.